and welcome to this video where we're visiting Stoke Hamdon, also known as Stoke under Ham, which is a large village in Somerset, England. The village stretches around Ham Hill, where there is an Iron Age hill fort, Roman site and country park. Ham Hill was given its name to the distinctive quarried ham stone. On this occasion I am here to visit the stunning church of St Mary, a beautiful and historically significant parish church that dates back to the 12th century. Built primarily from the village characteristic ham stone, it stands on a slight rise at the heart of the community, dominating the surrounding landscape with its elegant tower. This church was originally constructed in the Norman period, though much of the building seen today reflects later medieval additions and Victorian restorations. Architectural highlights include a fine west tower, pointed Gothic windows, and a richly detailed south doorway, featuring traditional carvings. Inside the church is peaceful, an atmospheric interior, with stone arches, a 15th century font, and several memorials to local families who played important roles in the village's history. I was here to see the various medieval carvings, including abstract call bells. But mainly I had heard that there was a Sheela here. Sheela are medieval stone carvings of female figures with exaggerated vulvas, found mainly on churches and other stone buildings across Ireland and Britain, dating from the 11th to the 13th centuries. These figures, with their striking displays of genitalia, has inspired many interpretations. Scholars suggest that the Sheela served as protective symbols to ward off evil, warning against lust in Christian moral teaching, and remnants of ancient fertility and goddess traditions. Today, some celebrate them as powerful feminist icons, symbolising female strength and sexuality. The one here is hard to make out due to the damage from years being exposed to weather. There are other interesting call bells here, leaving our imagination as to what their carvings are or what they might mean. Walking around the side of the church, I noticed something else, thinking it was St. George slaying the dragon. I had contacted the church on this one, and they got back to me saying that this part of the church was in fact the original Saxon part, and this was in fact St. Michael who battles the dragon. I had to look this up, so I hope I got this right. But in the book of Revelations, St. Michael, the archangel, appears as the mighty leader of the heavenly armies who wages war against the great dragon, identified as the ancient serpent, the devil or Satan. When the dragon and its angels rebel against God, Michael and his host rise up in battle. There is a war in heaven. By God's power, Michael overcomes the dragon, casting him and his followers down to earth. This victory symbolises the triumph of divine justice and the ultimate defeat of evil. Not long ago, I found out about an old English custom. Could such a custom happen here? It might have done once, but not today. What I'm talking about is called church clipping, in which the congregation and wider community join hands to form a great circle around their parish church, symbolising embracing the building. The word clipping does not refer to cutting, but rather meaning to clasp or to embrace. This act of physically surrounding the church expresses affection, loyalty, and immunity among parishioners, representing the community's bond with both their place of worship and one another. Though the practice is now rare, it survives as a vivid reminder of the deep connection between faith, fellowship, and loyalty in English religious life. The origins of church clipping are uncertain, but the tradition is believed to date back to at least the 16th century, possibly earlier. Some historians suggest that the custom may have pre-Christian roots, linked to rituals of protection or fertility, in which peoples would encircle sacred sites to bless and safeguard them. Over time, this symbolic act was adopted and Christianized, becoming a joyful celebration of the church as both a building and spiritual community. The ceremony has been associated with particular dates in the Christian calendar, most commonly Mothering Sunday, Easter Monday, or the feast day of the church's patron saint. During a typical church clipping ceremony, the congregation gathers outside after service and join hands to create an unbroken ring around the church. Sometimes participants face inwards to embrace the building, while other versions they face outwards to protect it. Hymns are sung, prayers are said, and blessings are offered for the church, its parish, and all who worship there. In many places, the moment gives way to laughter, music, and festive celebration, with food, games, or procession that strengthen the bond of the community. It is nice to read that this custom isn't completely forgotten about in this modern world. It is not totally lost to the pages of history books and YouTube videos. Today, this custom that so few people know about still happens in a handful of parishes, where local people maintain the custom with pride. For these communities, the ritual is not merely a quaint survival from the past, but a living expression of belonging and continuity. By surrounding their church, participants quite literally link hands across generations, embodying the enduring spirits of unity, faith and fellowship that lies at the heart of the parish life. If you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment and give this video a like, and consider becoming a member where you'll get to see future videos before they go live on YouTube. And until the next time, stay safe.